So we're currently in a battle with Lord Garibaldi here in our Prophesy of Pendor Ironman Challenge series, and you can see here that we basically outnumber him by a great margin. There's pretty much not anything he can do. I'm just going to charge straight on in here because we have 121 cavalry in this battle, which is pretty crazy. I've actually ceased using my bow for the most part, unless I need to kind of retreat a little bit here and there. Because one of my previous fights that I did very recently, I did take quite a bit of damage from the enemy rangers, and I needed to fall back and take a little bit of, take a bit of a cautionary tale out of the book, and see if I can just maybe try and stay alive a little bit better than that. But yeah, otherwise, we're not doing too badly here. I do have a lot of Mist Mountain units, which is definitely something we got to be a bit careful of, because even though I have almost maximum army size, and I'm talking about, I think I have like 312 or something along those lines. Well, if I had more than that, then obviously that would be great, but the point is that I have 300 in my army at the moment. I don't think I have that anymore, because I actually lost a couple of people. Yeah, I lost 11 people. That is to be expected, though, of course. But otherwise, what I wanted to say is that basically, because we have such a high amount of units, it is very much telling. It's quite a bit of a facsimile, I suppose you could say, a bit of an illusion of our strength, because you can see here that I have a lot of Mist Mountain units, and these units are not very powerful at all. Let's just say that. They're not very powerful. They are much more used for fodder in my army than anything else. And I don't really mind losing 6 of them, you know? I would much rather lose 6 of these Mist Mountain warriors than 6, I don't know, Jatu Lancers or 6 Adventurers, even though we did lose 3 of those. So that's kind of unfortunate, especially considering we were only up against 82 enemies. Kind of crazy. Unfortunately, he did manage to escape, which is kind of unfortunate, but otherwise we can just loot everything else and then move on. It's really nice how we were able to defeat that guy and actually take a couple of prisoners. Really, really cool that the key bindings is actually able to work, because, well, there's another mod that I won't mention here, but the point is that the other mod makes me crash every single time I use it. But Pendor, no, that's a very, very polished mod, and we don't have to worry about crashes. But otherwise, here we go. This is my army. We are ready. Potentially, I actually have 43 of these guys. I think that's a little bit overkill, isn't it? Yeah, I think that is a little bit overkill. But we're going to try and go in to Misthorn Keep here. By the way, I did manage to take Silver Edge Keep. I have also taken on a new vassal in the form of Boadis. Yes, Boadis. I know that a couple of people a long time ago in the comments, maybe not such a long time ago, but when we were first taking on vassals, you were in the comments recommending some people, and Boadis was one of them. And I decided, hey, you know what? We're going to do that, because she is actually a martial personality, which is basically the same as Alistair, and I think that's pretty cool. And I gave her this castle down here because it was basically doing nothing along with this village. And I have also given her a variety of other villages surrounding our kingdom that were unclaimed. And so basically every single fief that we have right now is claimed by one of our 3 vassals. So that's pretty cool. And also she has a claim on Silver Edge Keep and Hanun as well, because I thought, hey, you know what? If she's not doing anything down in the south, it might make sense for her to come up to the north and see what she can do about helping us out here a little bit. Now, unfortunately, Alistair got himself taken prisoner a second time. Yeah, I don't exactly know what his issue is, but apparently he is just getting himself taken prisoner. I really have no idea why, but I guess it's just because he takes on more than he can chew, I guess. I'm not entirely sure why, but there you go. And yeah, so he got himself taken prisoner by the Ravenstone again. They are continuously offering me peace as well. I'm thinking that maybe it would be a good idea to try for a peace agreement. Not yet, but I'm actually hoping I will be able to take Ravenstone itself, and then we will try for a peace agreement. Don't know whether that's really going to work out for us. I would very much love to have that happen, but because, of course, Alistair is our marshal at the moment, and because he is a prisoner, he is unable to call for any campaigns, and as a result, we're kind of stagnant in our aggression at the moment. I did return to Whitestag Castle to do a little bit of kingdom management in the form of upgrading our custom knighthood order units, because, well, they've upgraded, you know, they have some new gloves now, they have like crossbows and everything, and they're basically ready to go. They're basically ready to go into the fight, and they are ready to absolutely murder everything in their path. But the only problem with it is that I don't really want to throw 80 of them into... Well, apologies for that small cut there, but I was interrupted by something. And otherwise, what we're going to do is we're going to try and take out these archers. I don't really appreciate this particular siege layout. You know me, I'm not a big fan of this siege layout. I think we've done this one before. And, well... Silver Edge Keep was a little bit easier than this, and I didn't really have to really do that much because our archers were able to whittle down the opponent very, very easily. Unfortunately, it seems as though we are having some problems with that in this one, so not entirely sure how we're going to do it. Should we charge in? I don't think that's going to really work out for us. Yeah, there's an archer right there that is poised to eliminate whoever, and especially me. Look at that. Yeah, there's another one right over there. That is not very good. Let's see if we can maybe take him out. No, he's getting into better positioning now. And look at that, he's actually hiding behind there. That's really clever of them, isn't it? That is extremely clever. Okay, so I think I'm actually just going to retreat right here for the moment because I'm a little bit too low HP, and we're going to have a look and see... Ooh, did we lose anyone that good? Ranger of the Clarion Call, I guess, was kind of harsh. But yeah, you can see here, look at that, 57 deaths. All right, we're going to have to come back with something a little better than this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take away... Oh, you know what? Should I just accept the peace agreement? I don't really want to do that, you see. Because if I accept the peace agreement, it's basically saying I can't progress any further. And bear in mind that the Nordal tournament is very, very close by as well. So that's also something that we're going to have to do relatively soon. And if I can make that happen, then that's going to be really nice. Let's just sell our prisoners. I will take... Oh, yes. Omen Seekers. Fantastic. I don't know whether you know about Omen Seekers, but they are the units that Burilgi the Usurper uses as his unique unit in his army. He is a unique spawn down in the Deshar territories, and he is insane. His stats, well, not his personal stats, but, well, kind of his personal stats. His personal stats are also very, very strong. But basically, if you want to attack that guy, it's gonna take some big, powerful units to deal with him. I'm just gonna leave the Snow Lion Brigade where they are at the moment. We're probably gonna use them in our siege of where are we actually attacking? Misthorn Keep. I keep thinking it's Silver Edge Castle because I have been attempting to take that for such a long amount of time, but whatever the case, we can now level up Leslie and get her an additional point in Power Strike, I suppose. She has just become a really, really good and solid fighter unit. She even has a good amount of proficiency in crossbows, amazingly enough. And I think the main reason for that is the potions. The potions have actually helped her out quite a bit. So it's kind of nice. Anyway, once we get back over here, I will show you the gear that my Iron Sergeants and Iron Knights are using, if I can, if they are applicable for that. I don't think I can show you the Iron Knights. I think I might be able to if I speak to them in the actual castle. So I'll show you those, just so you can see what's actually happening. And there we go. We're not even losing that many dinars right now. We're gaining 6 noble recruits per week, which is actually decent. I don't think it's not that great. Do bear that in mind because we are gaining a very minimal amount from our churches and our shrines because I don't actually have a huge amount of fiefs under my own control. Because if I had things like, I don't know, Valashield Castle and Talon Castle and so on and so forth, I could build shrines there and it would make things a little bit easier. for us, or at least I think that's how it works. Don't quote me on that, but the point is that I'm pretty sure that's how it is. But otherwise, if we go into the tavern here, maybe we'll find some... Ah, yes, come join me, Melitine, free brother. You're very nice indeed. I like those a lot. And yes, okay. So now we can go over to Whitestag Castle and I can show you the stats. Now what we've been doing is Iron Knights, they are currently upgrading their ranged weapon. And once that ranged weapon is ready, and once our Iron Sergeants have a mount, because I've actually started giving them a mount now, once they have that, we're all ready. We are all ready to start using them in combat, and it's going to be extremely fun to see them in action. So let's have a look. So these are our sergeants' skills at the moment. You can see that their proficiencies are pretty decent. Their strength is okay. Their shield is really, really nice. They've got 6 in shield. I like that quite a bit. It's going to keep them alive for a very good amount of time. They only have 3 in horse archery, which that's a little bit of a problem, but hopefully it's not going to affect them that badly, because if we have 6 in horse archery, then that is the maximum. So they have 50% of that, which I think is okay. I don't think it's going to be too bad. And then we have our knights here. You can see that they have 76 HP. They have 8 in power strike, 7 in shield, 6 in power draw, 6 in weapon master. So the reason why I wanted to give them a bow is because, of course, it's going to increase their damage per second by a pretty sizable margin. It is going to make them run out of ammunition that much faster, but their archery proficiency is much higher than crossbows anyway, so it kind of makes sense that we have gone for a bow-focused archery build with our knights. And I don't think I'm going to be able to... Oh, I can actually get a baggage train. Probably going to do that. But I don't think I can actually show you... No, but look at this. They're actually almost ready. Look at that. One more day. One more day and 6 more days for our sergeants to gain a mount. I don't know whether it was a good idea to give them a mount. To be honest, I was a little bit in two minds about it, to be honest, because I kind of wanted to keep them as infantry / archers, you know, support units for our cavalry. But on the other hand, I kind of wanted everyone to be in a massive death ball filled with units that can use the Doom Mace and filled with units that are extremely good at using ranged weapons on their mounts. I actually didn't check the horse archery for the knights, but I don't think that really matters too much. There we go. The Iron Knights have now received their Nordal composite bow. We're also going to give them some arrows, but obviously I can't do that at the moment because I am waiting for the Nordal tournament. Alright, so it's time to try the Nordal tournament. Let's do this. 3 teams with 5 fighters each. I don't know how we're going to do here because, well, it sometimes is extremely close. And, well, I'm a bit worried about... Oh no, okay. Oh wow, I actually thought I would have eliminated at least one of these at the moment because I've eliminated... What? Okay. I actually did quite a bit of damage to one of them, and unfortunately I still have not been able to finish one off. Oh, this is bad. Okay, maybe I can just get a little bit lucky here. There we go, there we go. Okay, that's all I needed. You can kill me now if you so desire, otherwise I don't really mind. Maybe I can just kill a couple more, but as it's all Noldor, I don't really need to focus anyone particularly down here. I don't even really need to finish the round, so just kill me if you like. There we go. I really don't mind. Anyway, there you go. We are now through to the next round. That took quite a while, didn't it? Yeah, it took quite a while. Yeah, I guess it is because of the two-handed sword. The two-handed sword is not my favorite weapon. I like using it in general in other kinds of situations, but using it in a tournament is not my favorite thing because the tournament weapons are generally relatively slow and kind of a bit clunky to use. So anyway, I'm just going to try and shoot that guy, try and get him out the way. There we go, that guy's dead, and now maybe we can shoot some of these. It's going to be a bit problematic. Maybe that guy's going to try and shoot me on his horse. Yeah, he's trying to shoot me. Maybe? A little bit. Oh, thankfully my team is doing fantastically well so far. Got to be a bit careful about this. There we go. Oh, that was Julia. Wow, she was actually pretty good. Her accuracy was surprisingly decent. All right, let's continue. Oh, wow, 2 versus 2. Okay, this is going to be kind of easy for us because I have a shield. And hopefully my teammate will continue shooting them and continue potentially hitting. Oh yes, I'm actually on the side of a Nordal Ranger. This should be very easy. Okay, I'm actually just going to do this. I'm just going to stand... Yeah, as you could tell. I was basically just acting as bait for our friend over there, and that made things much, much easier for us. Okay, so where's my... Ah, there we go. There's my opponent. Okay, this is going to be slightly difficult, I think. Oh dear. Well, that was... Ooh, that was very close. Okay, very, very close. I was a bit worried about that for a second. Alright, so this is the final round. Let's see what we can do. Okay, this is bad. Okay, took out his horse. And now all we need to do is take him out. This is going to be much harder than anticipated. Or maybe not. Maybe not. That was very close. Could have gone either way, to be honest. Oh, wow, look at that. More armor pieces. Yeah, I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely appreciate it. But I would much prefer to have something else. Like maybe a Qualis gem, you know, something. Yeah. Oh, well, never mind. Okay, we're just going to go back to Whitestag Castle, and we will be giving the marshalship to someone else, because I believe that Alistair is still a prisoner of theirs. And, yeah, it's going to be Archon Roland now, because he has an absolutely insane amount of units. I believe the last time I saw him, he was running around with 360, which is just kind of crazy. So I like that quite a bit. And otherwise, these guys are all... they're all lords that want to join. They're all lords that want to join my faction. Personally, this guy is pitiless. I don't want him to join us. So I'm just going to say no. He's going to go and join someone else. I don't really care, to be honest, because these are... Personally, I don't really want any vassal that is anything less than marshal, even though marshals are a little bit difficult to deal with as well. They have a, you know, a bit of intricacy here and there. But otherwise, let's take a look. This guy's bad-tempered as well. Your service is not required. Goodbye. There we go. So they're all going to go off somewhere and become someone else's vassal. Now we're going to go and speak to this fellow, because I would like to improve the equipment. Let's go and get some nice arrows, shall we? So these are the armaments that I have decided to go for. You already know about the chest piece and the helm and the boots. And these are the new gauntlets that I decided to go for. They are one less body armor than the most expensive, but I thought that, hey, you know, one body armor, what's that really going to do? It's probably not going to be that important. Otherwise, they're using a Doom Mace, a Kraken Shield, Noldor Composite Bow, of course, as you just saw it get upgraded, and they're also using a Falcon Steed. And of course, we are going to be replacing their bolts with some Noldor arrows. I'm pretty sure the Noldor arrows are going to be... Oh, actually, I can't even do that, I don't think. That's 46,000. I think that's a little bit too much. Don't think I'm going to be able to use Nordal arrows here, so I'm going to have to use something much, much cheaper. So I will have to go for probably Ranger arrows or the next best thing, because they're going to cost 12,000, and I think that's perfectly acceptable until we have much more cash. Actually, because we have the oh, actually, you know what? We have don't we have that 90% discount or something like that? Isn't there like a system in place that makes it a lot easier for us to maybe afford things? So maybe we can. Let's have a look. It might not be possible. Let's see whether we can actually do it. Yeah, we do get a bit of a discount, as you can see. So it's no longer 42,000, but it is 29,000. It will take 7 days. Personally, I don't really care too much about 2 damage. It is literally just 2 damage and 2 arrows. I will increase it and give them better arrows if we need it, but at the moment I kind of just want our guys to get into the best possible position that they can be. What I could also do is view our noble recruits. So you can see here, this is what we currently have. We currently have 100 nobles wanting to join us, and I can ask them to go straight into my army right here for 15,000, which I think we're probably going to do. And now this is what I've done a little bit of beforehand. So basically, if I go to my party screen right here, you can see we have Pendor Noblemen. These guys will level up through trainer skill, through party experience when you win battles and all that sort of stuff, and they will eventually become Pendor Knights. It is pretty easy to actually level them up. It is not that difficult. And then once they have done that, you can go over to your steward in the CKO home base, wherever that may be, or wherever you have a CKO. And then you can say, I'd like to induct some people into the knighthood order, and then you choose how many you want from the Pendor Knights in your army, and then they will become Iron Knights in my case, or, you know, Tea and Biscuit Knight, or whoever, you know, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that's a pretty cool system in my opinion. And I'm not entirely sure what I need to do here. Probably buy some food. Yeah, we're going to buy some food. There we go. Let's just go into the tavern real quick, because there might be... there's a belligerent drunk. Well, hello. We're going to take care of you. Thank you very much. There we are. Easy enough. And William... No, we don't need to speak to him. Young Bacchus Noble might actually be kind of good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Mist Mountain Warriors in the garrison here, and we will take some units out of our garrison. You can see here that I actually have 48 Iron Knights and 47 Iron Sergeants. And this is all from automated recruiting. Well, not all of them. A couple of them were from my own training, but only very few, because I was just testing out how much it would cost in terms of prestige to get them trained up and all that stuff. And it does take quite a bit. I think every Iron Knight at the moment for me costs 35 prestige, and every Sergeant costs about 23. So yeah, it's quite a bit, because I have about 2,500 prestige, and yeah, it's a little bit harsh. So I'm not going to take them just yet, but I would like to take them very, very soon. So probably the next episode we'll do something about that. Now let's have a look. What does he want to do? It is time to go on the offensive. Okay, so he's close to Poinsbrook. So let's actually do that. I'm kind of regretting giving Alistair Poinsbrook at this point, because I thought to myself, he did a really, really good job training our forces and all that stuff. And then he just continually gets himself taken prisoner, which is super weird. Don't know why. Oh, there's Archon Roland. Hello. You have 390 units now. Wow, you're a crazy, crazy guy, aren't you? Yes, he is. Okay, let's follow him around and see where he wants to go. I hope you don't want to just fight some random Jatu, Roland. That would not be particularly nice. Do you want to attack that guy? I would have been able to catch him. Okay, well, I'm just going to follow him and see where he goes. Oh, he is actually going in here. This is really, really cool. I like this. Okay, so we're just going to go in here, and I'm actually just going to auto-resolve just real quick, because we have such an overwhelming force against him. Actually, 666. Wow, the beast. Yes, absolutely. So there you go. We actually did take him down, and we actually do get a chance to take him prisoner. He is a martial personality as well, so I'm going to let him go, and hopefully he will join us at some point in the near future. I think that would be very nice. And now we can just capture these, and that is... shall we capture them? Yeah, why not? So let's just rescue those. We can always swap them out at a later point. Alright, so let's see what Roland actually wants to do, because I'm hopeful that he won't just waste time running around, basically doing nothing. I'm not going to make peace with them just yet, because we're on a campaign right now with Mr. Roland, and I would very much like to see him go on the offensive. Okay. I'm not entirely sure why we're waiting at Talon Castle right now. I hope he doesn't give me a quest to go and scout something, because the Ravenstone don't even own anything around here. So I'm a bit perplexed as to his actions at the moment. Don't know why he's doing that, but I guess we'll see. Maybe he's giving the Ravenstone more opportunities to actually do something, like give me peace agreements and things. Anyway, Lethal Duran has returned, and let's have a look-see here. Oh, very nice. Look at that. He has increased their strength by 2 to 30. That's really, really nice. That means that they have a nice even number right there. And what about their skills? Horse Archery has increased to 5, because I think they had 3 before, didn't they? Or something like that. And their riding skill has increased by 1 to 6, and shield skill to 7, because they had shield skill 6 beforehand. So that's really nice too. And otherwise, they're two-handed and polearms and throwing weapons. So so why not their archery? is that the best that I can do in terms of their archery? Not entirely sure. Well, we'll have a look. Okay, so he's increased their strength by 1, so that's a total of 19 now, and increased their agility by 2 to 14, and otherwise have increased their power draw skill. Oh, that's actually really nice. That is actually really nice. Their power draw skill being 4 actually might allow them to use something quite good. Their horse archery skill is now 3, which is good too. And what about their weapon proficiencies? Oh, this is a lot better than I anticipated. So yeah, I think we're probably going to do something like probably replace the crossbows that our sergeants have, because Lethal Duran's really, really good with bows. So it would probably make sense for us to do that with him. Let's actually just take a look at his skills real quick. Yeah, you can see here, look at this. He's got 482 archery. That's insane in my opinion. That's really, really insane. He should be able to increase our forces even more. So I guess we'll just have him do that again, and hopefully we'll get a Qualis gem soon to be able to increase his stats. That would be very nice. And oh, look at this! Look at this! Trainer skill alone has gotten these guys to level up into squires, which is just fantastic too. And otherwise, let's just continue leveling them up. There we go. All right. So, Roland, what are you going to do? Is he going to do something soon? I hope so. Well, he did actually decide to do something, and that is to venture into Ravenstone territory, where we have found Count Bogdan. And we are going to attempt to take him out. So, let's see if we can do that. I mean, obviously, he only has 96, but some of these Ravenstone vassals actually have a decent amount of very high-tier units that are capable of doing a lot of damage. And I think that's the kind of cool thing actually about Pendor, is that when you're playing Pendor, you kind of know that most units are really, really powerful, but they also give you the opportunity to be powerful yourself. So it's not imbalanced, you know. It's not imbalanced in ways that a lot of other mods are. Well, not a lot actually. Not a lot of other mods are imbalanced. It really just depends on what you're talking about. But in general, Pendor and maybe to some aspects, the native enhancement mods as well. Some of those are relatively well balanced. Like for example, Flores and even Nova Aetus actually is really well balanced, with the exception of a couple of things. There are a couple of things in that, because of course it's not actually finished. You know, it has the developer has disappeared, so not entirely sure what's happening with that, but. Well, the mod is really, really enjoyable as it is. Nova Aetus, that is. And, well, otherwise, what else do we have? What other mods do we have that are really well balanced? Yes, the last days. The last days of the Third Age. If we're talking about total conversions, then that's really, really well balanced in my opinion. You know, they have the quintessential Lord of the Rings experience basically fine-tuned. So fine-tuned, because you're playing as the orcs, you're playing as the uruks, then you have an overwhelming amount of numbers on your side. And if you're playing as the elves, or you're playing as the dwarves or something like that, then you need to rely much more on skillful play and making sure that all of your units stay alive as much as possible. And that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about. It's being well balanced in that respect. Because even though an uruk is probably not going to have the same proficiencies or anything like that as an elite elven unit, it doesn't really matter, because the whole point of the mod is to pit these two massive factions, or shall we say these massive series of factions, up against each other. So the forces of good and the forces of evil. It's a classic story, you know, the classic story. And I think that's pretty cool. I like it. So yeah, there are a lot of really, really nice balanced mods out there, and Pendor is definitely, I'm gonna say, Pendor is probably the most balanced that I've played. And that's the thing, it's hard, but I personally don't feel like Pendor is unfair. And there are quite a few mods out there that are unfair in that way. But some of them do that on purpose, and some of them just do that on accident, you know, by accident. So it's very much a mixed bag in that respect, but a lot of mods are very well done. And let's face it, the modding community is fantastic for the most part. You know, there are a lot of very, very good people, and well, you know, there's also those other ones. But otherwise, let's have a look. Oh, he's cunning. Okay, look at that. He is actually cunning. I guess I'll just let him go. I mean, literally, I have been letting these guys go for so long, and I guess that's just what we're going to continue to do. I can't really do anything else about them. Ooh, very nice. Okay, I like this. I like being able to capture these heretic units because they are going to become some really, really powerful heretic Magnus, and I like that a lot. And look at this, look at this. Just from this battle, another 13 Pendor Knights. These guys are going to become Iron Knights, and they are going to murder everything in sight. So, yeah, that is really, really cool to see. Okay, so otherwise, what else do we want to do here? Malatine Archers, Maiden Rangers, that's fine. And actually, wait a minute. These Pendor Militia, can they actually become Iron Sergeants? I'm actually unsure about that. Well, whatever the case, let's move on. This is where we currently are in Ravenstone territory. I'm actually hoping that he will allow us... Ooh, hello. Snow Lion Brigade, come with me. I'm actually going to speak to them because we want to do that. I have a new task for you. Follow me. Yes. Okay. And then we can follow Roland. Why is he going to Talon Castle? Yeah, look at this. I still have to follow him. It still says that I have to follow him. I'm not entirely sure why he's doing this because we have an absolutely insane amount of units alongside him here. He's got 383. He has some really good units in his army, and we have our Snow Lion Brigade following me as well. And there's a Jatu army. Don't fight the Jatu army, Roland. Don't fight it. I would much prefer not to at this point. Hopefully he is going to run away. It seems like Roland is having a slight crisis in his mind about what to do here. So I guess that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.